Hello everyone. In this video we will study about major physiographic divisions of India. If you see the map of India, that is the physical map of India, we will find that the India's land surface, the physical features of India is not similar at all. They are very different. India has mountains, then India has a plain area. This is mountain area, this plain area, plateau area, and some coastal plains, desert also, and the islands. It means the India's land surface is quite diverse. So we have divided India's physical features into 6 group. First one is the Himalayan mountain. In this, then northern plains, peninsular plateau, Indian desert, coastal plains and islands. Now we see where are all these 6 features on the India's map. See here, when we talk about Himalayan mountains is the region which is lying to north of the India. You can see this is the Himalayan mountain. It is in arc form, Himalayan mountain. So here Pamir knot is there, and this is some ranges of Himalayas, Karakoram range, Jaskar range, Ladakh range, Mahabharat range. Here also Himalayas there, but it is in Tibet, and it is in Nepal, it is in Bhutan. So we do not show it here in this India's map, but Himalayas is also here. Now if we see this figure, it will be very clear to you. Yes, you can see here, this is the peninsular India and this is the whole India. This is the map of, we can say, South Asia, Indian subcontinent. So we can see here this area, this is the Himalayan mountain, this is Tibet plateau, and this is Himalayan mountain. Actually Himalaya is not a single mountain, but the various mountains chains are there. It is a whole mountain system, Himalayas. So thousands of mountain peaks, thousands of mountains are there in Himalaya. Himalaya is not a single mountain. Now come again here. So this is Himalaya, we can see up to here, and also this is the southernward extension of Himalaya. Then next point is the northern plains. So in this figure, green part is northern plains. You can see here this green part. This is the plain area. No significant relief variations is found. Almost all land is flat. So that is called plain area. Then come peninsular plateau. We have discussed plateau in previous videos. Plateau means this area which is no peak, flat top is there and height is not much. That is called plateau. So here also plateau is there. This is a plateau area. Somewhere in this area some plains are also there, some hills are also there, but almost if we take a generalized picture, then this is a plateau area. It's a plateau area. So in this figure, this skin color, this color denotes the plateau area. Then come to the next one, Indian desert. So we all know there is one hot desert in India, that is Thar, desert of Thar. That is in Rajasthan, that is western Rajasthan. Listen, whole Rajasthan is not a desert. Only westernmost part of the Rajasthan is a desert. Some are semi-desert, semi-arid, some are quite arid area. This is a desert area. Then come coastal plains. So plains that lies at coast of India, coastal areas is called as coastal plains. So dark green color, this is showing here coastal plains. Now come to the islands. You all know what is island. I have told you in previous videos, any landmass which is encircled by water from every side. Okay, that is called a island. Surrounded by water from every side is called island. Okay, the size of island is less, okay, than a general landmass. So this is island. Now you can see island are here, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island. Two major islands are there. So now come to the Himalayan mountains. So now we study Himalayan little bit detail. See here. So first thing is Himalayas young and structurally fold mountains. Himalayas are geologically young and structurally fold mountains. So young means, we discussed that in previous videos, कि before joining to the Eurasian plate, earlier there was Eurasian plate, okay, Eurasian plate and Indian plate. Indian plate was part of African plate, okay. Here India was lying here, okay. Then India moved at this place, then this place, then this, and then finally it attached with the Eurasian plate, okay, and formed the mountain. So it means some 200 million years ago, that is very 20 crore years ago, okay, that was happened, okay. So it means the Indian plate, okay, the peninsular India, this part is very old. How much old? This part is 200 million years ago, उससे भी पहले का है, okay. But the fold mountain of Himalaya is not that much old. That is also old, okay, but not that much old. So geologically we can say it is a young mountain, it is a young landform, okay. And structurally fold mountain. Fold mountain means whenever two plates, okay, strikes each other, okay, one plate get subdued under the, subdued means goes down under the another plate, another lighter plate, okay. So in this way what happens, see, this was Eurasian plate, this was Indian plate, this was subdued under the Eurasian plate, Indian plate. So Indian plate subdued under Eurasian plate, and the sediments, okay, all the sediments get folded. The sediment between these two plates get folded to form Himalayan mountain, okay. That is how Himalaya was formed millions of years ago, okay. Now these mountain ranges run in a west east direction from Indus to Brahmaputra. So what is the extent of Himalaya? We can see from Indus to Brahmaputra. This is the Indus river, this is here Brahmaputra river, okay. So from Indus, this from here to in Brahmaputra river, so here, so this is the stretch, okay, east to west stretch, okay, of the mountain. Then come next, they form an arc which covers a distance of about 2400 kilometer. So can you see the arc in this figure? Yes, arc is here, this is arc, okay, this is a arc form. So Himalaya form an arc about 2400 kilometers. So from this area, see, from this area to this area, if you measure in kilometers, it will be around 2400 kilometers. That is very long mountain range is there, okay. So this is the east-west extension, okay. Then the width varies from 400 kilometers in Kashmir to 150 kilometers in Arunachal Pradesh. तो क्या है? It means its width is vary. Suppose this is the here. Now if we measure this distance it is 400 kilometers, okay. While this distance is how much? 150. So this is the variation. Here the Himalaya is quite width, okay, but here it has not significant width as compared to the western part, okay. Then come next thing, yeah. So now Himalaya, this whole mountain system, the whole Himalayan mountain system has variation, okay, variation in the what? In height of the mountain, in height of the mountains peaks, okay. And their time of formation, when they was formed, okay, what type of rocks they have. So they have variations. It is not like a whole same mountains are there. There are some different mountains. So we have divided into 3 parts all these mountain system. Okay, first part is greater inner Himalaya or Himadri. You can call it by any name: greater Himalaya, inner Himalaya, and Himadri Himalayas. Okay, so see, this is here, I have shown here. Yeah, this is a figure. This is the extent of Himalaya. Okay, yeah, so we have divided Himalayas into latitudinal extent. Latitudinal means horizontally. Okay, latitudinal extent क्या है? The first part is the most having most width. Okay, so this part is widest part. Okay, see here, yeah, this is called as greater Himalaya. Greater Himalaya, it is written here, you can see greater Himalaya. Okay, one part. Second part is lesser Himalaya, little wider. Okay, less wider, we can say less wider. So this is lesser Himalaya, and Shivalik Himalaya is the narrowest part of the Himalaya. So this greater, this is lesser, and this is Shivalik. So now if we see this, yeah, so greater Himalaya, what are the characteristics? Most continuous. Most continuous means the gap between the mountain ranges, okay, is not very prominent. Okay, suppose some mountain ranges are there, then gap is less, then again mountain chains. Okay, while in Shivaliks what happened, the height is less and gap is there also, gap is also found, then again is this. So this is the most continuous range in greater Himalayas. Loftiest peaks means highest peaks. Okay, most height, the peaks of greater Himalaya has highest peaks. Okay, average height is 6,000 meters. 6,000 meters average height, because some mountains are almost 8,000 meters. Okay, just like what? Mount Everest, we all know Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. Okay, K2, Dhaulagiri, Annapurna, Nanda Devi, all these mountains are very we can say having most height. Okay, then contains all the prominent Himalayan peaks. So most of the Himalayan peaks are comes in this group, greater Himalaya. Okay, then come to the next one. Second, Himachal or lesser Himalaya. So first we have completed greater Himalaya. Now lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya means the middle part, we can see. Okay, how much is the altitude? 3,700 to 4,500 meters. Okay, meters. So this is the altitude. The average height is this. Okay, average width is 50 kilometer. You can see that there is a difference between this and this. So this is 50 kilometer average. Then ranges are Pir Panjal range, okay, in Kashmir, Dhauladhar range, and Mahabharat range. These are the important ranges in this lesser Himalaya. Third one is Shivalik. Okay, that is the third subdivision of Himalaya on latitudinal basis. Shivalik में क्या है? It is the outermost range of Himalaya. Yes, outermost. We are living here. Okay, so for us it is outermost range of Himalaya. Then width is 10 to 50 kilometer. Okay, width is 10 to 50. Sorry, 10 to 50 kilometer. So it means we can see maybe 10 here. 10 is the here, the narrowest part. 50 may be here. So this is the width varies from 10 to 50 kilometer. Okay, and altitude is 900 to 1100 meters. So the least altitude is having with the Shivalik. Now if you revise, the greater Himalaya will be having 6,000 meters altitude. Okay, then come lesser Himalaya, that will be having 3,700 to 4,500 meters. Okay, then Shivalik will be having 900 to 1,100 meters. So this is the altitude. Okay, as you come southward in the Himalaya, the height of the mountain peaks will be decreasing. Then come to the west to east divisions. West to east divisions. Earlier we divided Himalaya on north-south basis. Okay, north-south basis. It means this is greater Himalaya, this is Lesser Himalaya, this is Shivalik Himalaya. But now we will divide Himalaya into west to east. It means, see, this is the figure of northern Himalayan region. So we have divided into west to east, means this part, then next this part, this and this. It means in 4 parts we have divided the Himalayas in 4 parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. All right, come here. So on what basis we can divide the Himalaya? The bases are here. This divisions, okay, which divisions? East west or west east division have been demarcated by river valleys. Okay, how we have demarcated these? On basis of river valleys, between two rivers, Now see here, this is one figure, okay, and this is another figure. So see this figure, yeah. So Indus river flows in Kashmir, okay. Now in Ladakh, we can say flows in Ladakh region, okay, Indus river. So from Indus to Satluj, okay, this is the Kashmir Himalaya, okay. You can say it Punjab Himalaya, okay, Kashmir Himalaya or Himachal Himalaya, okay. You can call it by any name, Punjab, Kashmir or Himachal. So here Punjab Himalaya between Indus river and Satluj river. Then come Kumaon Himalaya, that is in Ganga river and Kali river. Between Ganga river and Kali river is the Kumaon Himalaya, that is in Uttarakhand, basically in Uttarakhand. Then come the Nepal Himalaya, okay. Nepal Himalaya means between river Kali and river Teesta river and Kali river. So this is called Nepal Himalaya. The almost major part of this Himalaya lies in Nepal only. Then next is the Assam Himalaya, okay, that is the between Brahmaputra and Teesta river. See again, between Brahmaputra and Teesta river, that is come the Assam Himalaya, okay. So this is the 4 divisions. Now as you can see here, Kashmir Himalaya, that is also called Punjab Himalaya, then Kumaon Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya and Assam Himalaya, okay. So if we see this, between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as Punjab Himalaya. Between Indus and Satluj, Punjab Himalaya. Between Satluj and Kali, Kumaon Himalaya. Between Kali and Teesta, Nepal Himalaya. And between Teesta and Dihang, Assam Himalaya. Dihang is a tributary of Brahmaputra. Tributary of Brahmaputra, okay. Yeah, this is the Brahmaputra river. So Dihang. Now come to the northern plains, okay. I think this topic has been clear to you. Himalayas, okay, that is the very basic classification of Himalayas. Now northern plains, okay. Yeah, the second thing in our physiographic divisions in India is the northern plains. This is the northern plains, okay, second part. So green part, remember, green part is India's northern plains, okay. Here you can see Ganga river is there, Brahmaputra river is there and Indus river is there, okay, Indus and tributaries. So let's see it, northern plains. Yeah, if we see this, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam and Meghalaya, these areas are benefited by these rivers, okay. Now yeah, northern plains has been formed by interplay of 3 major river systems, okay, namely the Indus, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra along with the tributaries, okay. It means it is formed by the 3 river system. What is the river system? One river with its tributaries, okay. See, this is a Indus river. Tributaries are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj, okay. These 5 rivers are there. It is tributaries of Indus, okay. Then Ganga ka tributaries, okay. You can see Yamuna, Ken, Betwa, that is the tributaries of Ganga rivers, okay, mainly. So this is, it comes in the here, Sharda, Kali, okay, these are the tributaries of Ganga river. So this will form a Ganga system. Then come the Brahmaputra system, Dihang, okay, Subarnarekha, all these things, not Subarnarekha. So this also Dibang, these regions has the tributaries of Brahmaputra region. So that is the three major river system is there which form the northern plains. Okay, now the plain is formed by alluvial soil. Okay, now alluvial soil is there, you can see when the river is coming out from the mountains, it also bring with it the clay, silt, alluvium, okay, some sediments, so that all are deposited in the lower valley. Okay, that is the plain areas. Then deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills of Himalaya over million of years form fertile plains. So what happened? See, this is a mountain area. Okay, yeah, river coming from these mountains. Okay, and whatever they are bringing with them, they are depositing in this area. Okay, in the orange area. So that is after a million of years it becomes a very fertile plains. Now it is densely populated physiographic division because of good soil, very fertile soil, okay, availability of water and plain area, okay, and good climatic conditions. So that region is very, very important for population. So population density is very high in this region. Okay, favorable climate, water supply is very good. So that is agriculturally very productive part of India. So now next is the northern plains is broadly divided into three sections. Okay, now three sections are, I have just told you about this. This is India. You can see the map of India. Okay, like this. So see, Indus is first is the Indus plains. Okay, this is the Indus plain. The major part of Indus lies in Pakistan. Okay, because most of the tributaries they originate, okay, and they move into the Pakistan. So most of the area of Indus river valley lies in the Pakistan. Then come the Ganga. Okay, in Ganga you can see, yeah, this Ganga, Yamuna, Sharda, okay, Betwa, Sindh, Ken, these form the Ganga plains. Okay, then come Brahmaputra plain. Brahmaputra plain is this area of Brahmaputra, major rivers of Brahmaputra. So this is the three areas, Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, now here you can see this section formed by Indus and its tributaries. Larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan. Indus and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, Satluj. Okay, Jhelum, Chenab, इनमें Jhelum, Chenab और Ravi, Byas, Satluj. Okay, JCRBS. You can say that, you can remember like this. Okay, now originate in Himalaya. This section of plain is dominated by Doab. Okay, Doab. What is Doab? Doab is the area which lying between two rivers. Suppose one river is flowing like this, another river is flowing like this. Then they are meeting here. One river this, they are meeting here. Okay, so this area will be called as Doab. This area, okay, area between two rivers, it's called as Doab. Okay, now Ganga plain extend between Ghaggar and Teesta. So here Ghaggar, here Teesta river. Okay, partly Jharkhand and West Bengal. So it also includes some Jharkhand and West Bengal. Okay? Now Brahmaputra plain, they are mainly in Assam area. Okay, northeast area of India, Assam. Okay, which always faces flood. Okay, in monsoon season, because the enormous water comes in the river that it cannot bear, it cannot have the capacity to hold the that enormous water. So that is the Brahmaputra river. So now in this video, that is the thing. So see you in the next video. Goodbye all.